Hello, I'm Jen Earthrunner, and welcome to Fresh Fields, episode 9. We're on now. It's a same day. No, it's not the same day, is it? No. Lost track of where we were. We're on another day now. Last episode, I finished off doing fields 32 and 33. That was the cinematic, and we basically managed to pick up around about 16,000 for that. Sorry, not 16,000. What am I talking about? Where were we? 15. Well, nearly 30,000 on the 25,000 on the actual jobs themselves. But we actually got 17,000 for the for excess bales. And there's a little cinematic that opening this episode. That was field 107, which was silage, and that one was 18,000 for the job, and a whopping great 30 or nearly 31,000 for the excess bales on that one. Obviously that doesn't include the environmental costs, because they are negative for me. That was nearly 1,500 on that particular one. So yeah, that was that's quite an impressive haul on those contracts, on those jobs. So we actually got up to £210,000, which is good, but it hasn't lasted. Well, some of it hasn't, but anyway. So we've got the John Deere. That's all. That's been through the workshop. That's had some work done to it. So that's in hopefully is in good condition. The Fastrac, I do love it. I'm a little bit hesitant now because it's got some issues. That's needing some work done to it. The Massey should be back soon. Should be done a bit later. And the telehandler, that's okay, that's not too bad. And then obviously we've got the Bobcat there, but yep, the baler and wrapper, love it, loving those two, the windrower and the tedder there. But other than that, everything else is pretty much the same, as I said. But I have spent some money, although I don't have anything here to show for it. I do have something else to show for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into going to get the drone up, and then I can talk through it. So let's go. Up we go with the drone. Whee! Okay, so this field here, in fact it might have seen from the thumbnail, there's no sign there anymore. I have acquired this field, or this land. I don't own it. I've got a lease on it. But I will potentially look to own this field. So plan for this field is, because I mean it's not great quality field, it's just like just wild at the moment. So I'm just going to mow it, silage bales on that one, probably let it grow again and get another cut towards the end of summer, because we're just at the end of April now, so we'll soon be in May. Leave that till August, maybe get another cut, and then turn the soil over and maybe put some cereal crop in there. So I mean, I did mention this one because it was opposite. I kind of made a mistake. It was this one I was talking about. I lost my bearings, although I would like that field, but it's not yet. So I've got this field here. This field is sugar beet at the moment. I'm not going to do anything with sugar beet, so I'm actually just going to get that turned over. Obviously I can't do it yet because I don't have any tools to do that, so I need to go shopping, which I will do later. Yeah, so there's that one there, and I'm just going to seed that to grass. That will be that one done. And then this one here, I have also, and that's a lease on that one. I've also leased this one here as well, and that currently has canola growing in there. So I thought I'd stretch myself and give myself a challenge again. I don't have a harvester, but I've got a few months to sort that out yet. But I'll need to just do some checks on the soil, make sure everything's fine. I might need to do some fertilizer, etc. But we'll see. So 3 fields I have acquired, all leased, with a view to potentially buying them outright. But I mean, looking out here, as far as the little road track there, I'd like to own all of those fields. There's a river or a little stream down the end there, and there's sort of, if we take the center ones there, the 3 fields, this long field, and then the 2 sort of square ones, right down at the bottom of that 3rd field. In fact, even both of these in front of us here, this long one here, and then there's 2 fields. That one backs onto the stream, but then that hedge goes all the way across with no gaps, etc. So it's kind of marked out as a border. So I'd like to own everything this side of that stream and those mobile homes there. That's the objective. That's where we're heading. But obviously it's a long way to go. But I'm giving myself a challenge. I'm really enjoying doing this stuff. Of enjoying doing all of the grass work. I think it's time to kind of really push myself and have a go at some other things. Although obviously I'm getting a grass field, so that's the thing. But I need grass because obviously I've got the animals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in the mower. I have been asked about a field. Let's have a look. A job, which I think was in field 64. So here, this one here. I think I might pick that up. That's a silage bale one. I might mow this, get the mower over to 64, get that done, get that windroad baled and wrapped, and then come back and sort mine out. My CP1 here, which I've kind of marked out a field in there. I'll rename it at some point, but that's okay. So yeah, so here we are, these 2 fields here. So I'm spreading myself out a bit. So let's get moving. And I will probably do this in some form of cinematic. I'll try not to do too much because obviously grass work is grass work, isn't it, really? But we'll see how we can get on with that. But yes, okay, so I'll do this one, mow this one, get down to field 64 and get on with that. So see you shortly. Right, well, that was field 64 done. Dropped all the bales off, and that was excess bales. It was, well, it's £11,000 for doing the job, but again, we've had a good good windfall on that one. £15,000 in excess income from the bales, minus 230 for the environmental. So I'm going to have to try and sort that out to get that positive, because so far we've made 150, pretty much 116,000 on bales, excess bales, but it's cost us 4,000 on environmental penalties, you might say. So that's sort of £99,000 income on jobs, 270 bales. We got 22 bales out of that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the farm, and I'm going to get my new field sorted out, and then I'm basically gonna, but probably not do much. I'll probably, because there's not a lot more I can do now. It's getting a little bit late. It's about 6 o'clock. I'll get that field finished off. I'll get the baler, get it all wrapped up, get those stashed away. I won't sell them straight away, but I'll get them stashed, and then I will probably call it a night, but that's not the episode. I shall go to bed, and then, well, I don't know, maybe I'll pick you up in a little while longer. We'll watch the hedge. Anyway, I'll see you a bit later. Hello, good morning. Well, almost, well, just about still morning. It's well, kind of like almost midday, but we're still on the morning side of midday. And it is a new day, and it is also a new month. We are now in May. We're not the next day. We are a little bit into May. We have very little money left. You know what that means when I have several days in between, sort of, well, not necessarily episodes because we're in the same episode, but several days in between. It means I've been spending money and doing things. So, and that is true indeed. So you can probably see as well, we've got some pallets. So we're starting to get some of our crops coming through. So let's just go and have a wander. I've got some extra sheep as well. I've picked up another 30 sheep, so we've got 90 sheep in total, and that there is, you can just about see there is the stack of bales from the new field next door. Excuse me, sorry about that. What was it, 41 bales? So 41 bales, which I guess is not bad considering it's just been left to grow wild. So we'll see what happens if we can do a next cut. So yeah, we got some potatoes, early crop potatoes here, and lettuce. So that's good to see that we're starting to get some of these crops coming through. It doesn't end there. We've got more. Not a lot coming through there. I would expect to start seeing some mushrooms coming through, but we've got strawberries. Oh dear, I've got something irritating my throat now. We've got the strawberries, starting to see a lot of strawberries, and more lettuce here. So as we know, we've got that field there, and another field pretty much behind those trees, the other side of the trees, and one kind of along from that. This one, I'm not sure whether to do another cut in the one behind here, or to turn the soil over and get some a catch crop, some oilseed radish or something, to try and put some natural fertilizer into the soil, ready for wheat. The field behind those trees there is sugar beet. I need to get rid of that, so that's on the list for today. The canola in the other field is fine. We can check on that, but we don't need to do much else with that really. although it would be nice to get some information about the soil, get some soil samples, etc. So one behind there, well, I can't get rid of the sugar beet without a cultivator. Oh, look at those chilies coming through, they're nice as well, look at that, lovely. So I'd expect to start seeing some of them as well. So anyway, cultivator, yes, as I say, I have been shopping. So we have got a new roller. Well, it's not new, you know me, I don't buy new. Certainly not yet. So we've got a roller. And I've got this nice 6-meter cultivator here. So hopefully that will do the job. I think it will. Who knows? But yeah, you notice that the Fastrac isn't here. That went. I didn't keep that. There were too many things wrong with it, so I wasn't comfortable with it, so I got rid of it. But things have changed. But let's start here. So I've got this sulky here. Spreader for lime and fertilizer, if I go that route. I've got this seeder, which was the cheapest I could get my hands on. There was a nice sulky, but it was a bit too expensive, so I just opted for that, but we'll see what happens. But yes, I have got a Fastrac, but I have a 4220, which I picked up. It was a lot more expensive than the other one, at least twice the price, but I paid somewhere around about 80,000. Now let's just step out of roleplay. Let's just do caveat now, real world, just to explain how I do this, because yeah, this is something like 200 odd thousand if you get it from the shop in FS22, but that's obviously the retail price new, bought from the dealer. Now potentially you're not going to be able to get a 68 plate from the dealer brand new. It's going to be new models, etc., or it's not going to cost that much to buy it new. So what I do is, and this goes for everything I've got here, all the equipment, is I have a couple of real world websites, kind of like Auto Trader for agricultural machinery, amongst other things, construction and all that sort of stuff. And I search for things on that site that I might want to bring into the game. And if I can't find it on there, because it's not necessarily something that you can get in the UK, I tend to not bring it into the game. So if it's not in the UK, or if it's not in Western Europe, so somewhere that you could reasonably consider bringing it into the UK from mainland Europe, so Germany, Belgium, France, Netherlands, etc. If it's in there, you could argue that you could kind of go over and get it, or have it delivered into the UK and pick it up. So that's kind of the furthest I go. If it's too far east in Europe, then I try to avoid it. But I look around, I get an idea of the costs, what year, what the age is, what the hours are, etc., what the condition is, even what tyres they've got on it as well, because you can sometimes match the tyres with what they've got. And then I look to average things out, roughly come up with the price and the hours as well. And then I use the easy development control tools, whatever, and I try to add some wear. I try to age the vehicle, that as best I can, and put some hours on it. Now I have been making the mistake, which is why I've been having problems with the tractors, because I've been taking the hours that they've got on there and just sort of putting the real world hours in, which obviously is not going to be a good comparison, because that's 365 days worked out for the number of hours per day over 365 days times by the number of years, etc., or it's done by weeks and whatever it is, however it's worked out at. But of course we don't have 365 days or 52 weeks, so it's either default is 12, would be 12 days if it's one day per month, and I run 3 days per month, so it's 36 days. So if you think about how that works, it's roughly about 10%. So that's what I've done. I've kind of roughly worked it out, about 10% of what the hours are on these websites. Even then, I think that's too high, because I think FS22 really does not like things with lots of hours. So I don't know, I might have to do some experimentation with that. But so I do sometimes tweak the XML, the vehicle's XML, where all of the real vehicle breakdown and the damage system mods add their values to, etc. So I just tweak it like that. But obviously I don't want to never have them break down or have any wear, but I think it's got to be something that's a little bit more realistic, but trying to make sure that I'm bringing some realism as best as possible into the game. So anyway, that's that. And then I've acquired, oh, I nearly tripped over that weight then. Oh yeah, so I've got some weights, some more weights. So I've also picked up a 7730 here, and I've got this Isaria. That's that's leased, because it's quite very expensive to buy it new, and I'm not really sure I need to have it all that often at the moment. So I've just leased it for a few days. Yeah, so again, like the Fastrac, this is a used tractor, and it was probably maybe half to 2/3 of what I paid for the Fastrac. So the Massey's gone. Somebody wanted that. A collector wanted to do it up and put it in their collection, which, you know, fair play to them. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. It needed some work, and I'd rather it went to somebody that was going to look after it and you know, do it up, etc., than it just, well, went to ruin. I've got rid of the windrower, the tedder, the baler, and I think that's about it. So yeah, that's all gone. Oh, and the wrapper as well. I've handed that back because I don't need that. Well, I've got that for the moment, at least for this season until November time. Then that's fine. But we still have the 6910. I have added some bits to it, so we've got a weight at the back here. I'm not sure whether this is too heavy. So this is what 1500. 1.8 ton or something, and that's, oh no, yeah, I think that's 1.8, and this is like a ton or something like that. And I've got this bin for collecting the manure. I thought, bearing in mind the amount of manure that's getting produced by the sheep, I'm going to need something a little bit bigger than that, than the Bobcat. So the Bobcat's great. It works quite well with pallets and things and small scale stuff, but in order to do the big stuff, I'm going to need this tractor to do that, and that's kind of where that tractor's now going to come in. It's going to be more of a utility tractor because it is quite old. It does seem to routinely get sluggish, but we've got this bag lifter as well because we're going to be needing to do a lot of lifting of seeds and so on and so forth, and lime, etc., into there. So first things first, I need to get these pallets off to a sale point, and then I need to get the cultivator into the sugar beet field and turn that over ready, and start prepping that field ready for grass to be sown. So I'm going to use the Marston trailer, so I'll get on with that, and I'll pick you up at some point, maybe before I start the cultivating, or maybe afterwards, because I'll probably get the roller in there as well. I'm not sure whether I need to roll it. If there's stones, oh excuse me, I'm really having problems there today. If there's stones, obviously the roller will do it, but I don't have anything to collect any stones with, so I have to try and roll them and hope that there aren't any big ones in there. But anyway, I'll get cracking, and I was thinking, which one do I take? Well, that one's already got that on the back, so I'd have to drop that off, whereas this one is nice and clear. We got the weight on the front, so I think we are good to go with this one. So I will crack on and get the trailer, and I shall see you whenever. Oh, made a meal out of that. Oh, I do love these Fastracs. They've got a lot of nice power in. Right. Anyway, see you a bit later. Got to get used to this steering. Well, that's the rolling done. Rolling. I'm not actually sure if I needed to roll it. There were no stones. It looked, well, I don't know. I don't know if I needed to roll it. I just thought I'll roll it. I've got the roller, which I can now fold up. Yeah, so that's done. So I need to work out what's next. Although the first thing I need to do before I worry about any lime or fertilizer or anything like that is get the Isaria onto the field to get some soil samples and start trying to work out what our current levels are, etc. But I am going to call time on this episode because I think we're probably almost 40 minutes. So I don't want to go too long and start doing all of that in this episode. Let's just make sure we're good to get out. Yeah, we're clear. So yeah, I'll get the precision farming equipment out, and I'll get the fields scanned. The two fields, that one, and I'll probably do it in the grass field next door as well. I'm not going to touch the canola because that's growing, so I don't want to damage any of that. I mean, does it really matter? Everything we get from that is a bonus. Well, I guess it's not because I'm paying for leasing for the field, but in theory we should get a bit, 100% of what we do get from the canola field is ours effectively, so it's money in the pocket. But I've got to buy the equipment obviously to do that, so I guess it all works out that it probably doesn't give me anything extra, but anyway, whatever. That'll be, at least we can get something out of it and get the experience. But yeah, so what I also need to do as well is I need to order some lime and seeds just in case, so we know what we're doing on that front. But yeah, I'll get the John Deere out there and then we'll pick things up from there. So yeah, so thanks very much. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you sticking with me. My small number of subscribers, thank you very much for your subscription. If you're still watching my videos, that's even better. If you could like my videos, that would be great because it really helps the algorithm and gets my videos out there a bit more. So hopefully we can build a bit more of a Earthrunner Casual Gamer Chronicles farm sim community. I know there are lots of content creators and I do watch a lot of their stuff, and there's some great creators out there. Certainly lots on Court Farms map as well. But yeah, thank you very much, and I pick you up on the next episode, which I'm kind of hoping to have out fairly soon. I haven't really got into a pattern yet of doing this because I can't work out how long I've spent on an episode. So I always end up having to do some editing and cutting, etc., to figure out where I am, and then potentially reshoot, so to speak, some of the content for the ending, which I actually have had to do on this one because I was going to go way over with everything that I was going to do. So I've had to kind of shoot this in at the end to cut it short, but I'm waffling, and that's what I've done throughout all of my videos and what I've done on this one. I can't help it, I just waffle. I like talking, probably because I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, so I just ramble on aimlessly, all the gear, no idea. So yeah, appreciate it, and have a good one, take care, and see you on the next one.